Somewhere along the way in the review series, I got a comment that was like, why don't you review the first editions too? And I was like, no, I don't do first editions. And then somebody else was in the comments was like, what if you do a series where you say why each card is removed? Like, yes, I'll do that. So here's that series. We're going to start with the base set, which I guess these got eliminated in 2016, which means I probably don't really remember them that well, but, I'll still say something about them, and we'll see how it goes. First base set removal is Chancellor. These are going to be in, alphabetical cost order. There's no, actual order to them, but the first one's Chancellor. Why is Chancellor gone? Chancellor is weak. It sucks. It's this terminal silver. It costs 3. Why don't you just get a regular silver? Obviously, it has this other part, which is you may immediately put your deck into your discard pile, which is a fine effect, it cycles. But that's kind of unobvious. You have this thing living in the base set that looks about like silver, and it has this effect on it that, especially for, I think, newer players, is kind of not a thing that they would go this is something I would like to do. It would get some play. It's Bard gets some play. It doesn't make it not suck. Anyways, Chancellor sucks. This effect is on Scavenger and Messenger, so, if you're looking for Chancellor effects, go to Dark Ages or go to Adventures, and you'll get a card that's actually maybe a little bit more useful than Chancellor for that effect. The next one is Woodcutter. This is a plus buy card. It's plus 2 coins, plus 1 buy. What more could you want? Well, you could want a lot. Woodcutter is weak. It sucks. You'll get it as a buy of last resort, but it's boring. You can do cards that are so much more exciting than Woodcutter and don't just say plus 1 buy, plus 2 coins, and that's all this card is good for. There's a lot of complaining about there's this base plus buy that got removed from the base set, but there is a base plus buy in the base set. It's called Market. It's a good card. And really, if you're looking for the effective Woodcutter, you can look at literally any other plus buy card in Dominion, and you get a card that is probably more exciting than Woodcutter. So, yeah, Woodcutter sucks. Feast. Oh, man, this one's weak and boring, too. Trash this card. Gain a card costing up to 5. Well, if you want 5 costs, you can get Feast. The thing is, if you want 5 costs, you can also get silver. If you have 5 coins, you can just buy the 5 cost, why go through all the trouble? If you're later in the game, why go through all the trouble of getting the Feast to get something that costs 5 when you could just buy it? You have to have a lot of draw for the other one to be worth it. And early in the game, you buy Feast. This is the thing on you. You buy Feast in the open. On your second shuffle, you play Feast and you gain your 5 cost. And then look, you have 3 coins. You're buying silver anyways. Why don't you just buy silver? So that's pretty boring. It doesn't do anything. You have to really have something that's, I guess you're moving up the Feast like a workshop. I don't know. It's not that exciting to talk about. It's gone. It's weak. It's boring. It sucked. On to Spy. Spy was actually, unlike these other 3, Spy's okay. I'm not gonna say it was strong. It was okay. It's above the threshold where you just go this card is absolutely awful. And doesn't deserve to exist. Maybe the effect of Spy deserved to exist. The problem is that it's ridiculously slow to resolve. You have this, reveals the top card of the deck, neither discards it or puts it back, your choice. Spy is this cantrip, so you can play zillions of Spies in a turn, and you will if this effect is okay. You'll play 3 or 4 Spies, and somehow you have to make this decision for you and your opponent, potentially opponents, so many times in a turn, and it's just kind of pointless. So Spy is slow. It's just not it's not strong enough to be worth that slowness. You have other comparisons in future sets Rabble's a little bit slow to resolve. It's a top decking attack. Scrying Pool's a little bit slow to resolve. It's a top decking attack. All these top decking attacks are a little bit, slow to resolve, but unlike Spy, they actually have something to them that makes them worth it. So, Spy, not worth it. Thief, weak. Thief is an attack. It's actually not an attack. If you read this very carefully, you will notice that it says, like, it's so much text. Anyways, if you read this very carefully, they trash a treasure that they reveal. That includes copper, and so really what you're doing with Thief is you are trashing your opponent's copper for them. That is not good. You could also, like, potentially be gaining gold, silver, maybe even platinum, some exciting treasures. But really you're trashing their copper, and once you've trashed their copper, even if they have some of these specialty treasures, they may be a little bit hard to hit because their deck is filled with actions, and then Thief is somewhat ineffective. There's definitely replacements for this. Namely in the base set, it almost got directly replaced by Bandit. You always get a gold and you don't trash their coppers. That's a lot better than this. Don't play with Thief. Play with Bandit instead, really. And then last is Adventurer. This was a 6 cost. It's weak. It has this, like, beautiful blue art. That's like the main highlight of Adventurer. It goes and finds you treasures. There's another card already in the base set, that, does approximately the same thing as Adventure does, but it's better. It also has blue art. It's called Moat. Much better card. Doesn't necessarily draw you treasures, can draw you non-treasures, which is a great thing because that's, like, how you keep your turns going. As opposed to, paying 6 for something that doesn't keep your turns going. Like, that's no good. There's a thing in Prosperity called Venture at some point that sort of directly replaced this. Not really. They existed at the same time. Somehow that one's gone too, so, you can imagine, like, if you're worse than Moat, probably you shouldn't be existing, and, they don't exist. I give these cards all Fs. Non-existence is a case for failure, and so, it's good that they're all gone, but they all sucked, so we don't miss them.